The organs of balance are the semicircular canals, the utricle, and the saccule. The semicircular canals are fluid-filled loops arranged in each dimensional plane of space, forward and back, up and down, side to side, and end in a bulge called an ampulla. The ampulla have hair cells covered in a gel-like coating so that when the fluid in the canal moves, it causes the hair cells to bend and generate an action potential. After spinning around and around, the momentum of the fluid in the canals keeps the hair cells bent, which is why the disorientation, because action potentials are still being created even after the spinning has stopped. Each fluid-filled semicircular canal ends in an ampulla. There are 3 canals orientated in each dimensional plane to detect rotational movement of the head and or body. The ampulla is a bulge at the ends of each canal near the vestibule. In the ampulla, the stereocilia of the hair cells are encapsulated in a gel cap. Hair cells within bend due to the movement of the fluid in the canal when the head or body is rotating. The head rotates and the fluid moves, bending the stereocilia of the hair cells. Action potentials are generated when the hair cells bend. The vestibule houses the saccule and the utricle, which are responsible for the body's maintenance of gravitational equilibrium. They send information to the brain about head position. The hair cells of the utricle and saccule bend in response to head position, generating action potentials to pass this information along to the brain. The bending of the stereocilia of the hair cells occurs when gravity causes the calcium carbonate otoliths to shift in their gel when the head bends forward. Gravitational equilibrium depends on the utricle and saccule of the vestibule. Balance required while moving the head back and forth is called gravitational equilibrium. Otoliths lie in a layer of gel over top of hair cells. Otoliths are calcium carbonate structures that move in a layer of gel. When they move, they cause the hair cells also in the gel to bend. When the head dips forward or backward, the otoliths shift in the gel, causing the underlying hair cells to bend. The bending hair cells generate an action potential. For the sense of taste, papilla on the tongue contain taste buds sensitive to sweet, salty, sour, and bitter tasting molecules. There are more than 10,000 taste buds on the tongue. Food dissolved in the saliva stimulate the appropriate taste buds, and the action potential is sent to the parietal lobe for interpretation. Generally, stuff we put in our mouths and don't like the taste of is bad for us. Foods we do like make us healthier and more likely to reproduce, the whole point of life. The combination of the chemoreception of the taste buds and the chemoreception of the olfactory cells of the nose promotes the sensation of flavor. Olfactory cells are chemoreceptors that attach to one type of molecule. Different olfactory cells attach different molecules. When molecules attach, ion channels open, and an action potential is created. The action potential doesn't have far to go. The olfactory bulb of the brain is just above. From there to the emotional center of the brain, the limbic system. Taste and smell are so closely linked, even a cold dulls your sense of taste. So taste buds are the chemoreceptors that distinguish sweet, sour, bitter, and salt. Perception of taste occurs at the parietal lobe. Olfactory cells of the nose are also chemoreceptors that distinguish odors. Perception of odor occurs in the emotional center of the brain. The mix of odors and tastes provide flavor. There are more than 4 million sensory receptors for the largest organ in your body, the skin. Not all evenly distributed. You have disproportionately more in the fingers, genitals, tongue, lips, remember from chapter 11? Made up of mechanoreceptors that sense touch and pressure, and thermoreceptors that detect changes in temperature. Here are the key terms for Chapter 12.